Hello. So you're in luck looking for generic stuff because this is a federally funded, state funded, city funded, county funded. Everybody's involved with the funding. And when funding is involved, they typically have to produce reports so people can be accountable for where the money went. So there's two places that I'd recommend going. One is if you go to usa.gov. Oh, you can't see it on this video. usa.gov. This is the federal level, but the state ones report in here as well. And if you go into child welfare, you'll see Health and Human Services from different states. And I'll show you how to do states. But there's a child welfare information gateway. And what this is for agencies to check up and validate what they're working on, as well as people who are working within the system in like adoptions and the foster care system. I think if you go to these reports, it's good, but what you can do, I'm going to pull this down just a little. Oh, I can't pull it down. I have to pull it down. What you can do is if you want to search within something, if you put a colon after it and get rid of the HTTPS, put a colon. If you do statistics, Google will then search within child welfare, child welfare, child welfare. So you'll find all those reports. And you could do that with utah.gov, stlouis.gov, newyorkcity.gov, whatever your municipality, city, state, whatever. You're going to find some stats. And then using the tools, you could also narrow it down to something that's been published in the past year. So you can get rid of those reports that are too old. But that's a lot of digging, isn't it? Another one is most states have their own clearinghouse internet website. This is funny because it's like, I want to child welfare. Oh, you don't need child welfare. And then you can see whatever the state that's administering it, they might have a different name for it. But each of these are going to be responsible for their own data and statistics. And in the very least, you could contact them. But if we wanted a general lay of the land and we want to figure out what's going on nationally, I have a great database, and I found something in it that was a couple of years old, but I think it'll work all the same. So from the Marriott Library, and remember that if you're off campus, you're logged into the off campus because this is a subscription database. So under databases, it's under the letter C, and it's way down at the bottom. And it is called CQ Researcher. CQ stands for Congressional Quarterly. It's about issues that related to budgets and voting and policy, but it's typically on the federal level. So if you put in any number of things in here, like foster care or adoption or child abuse, but child welfare is a pretty established keyword. I think we're okay with that one. Whatever you look for, though, this is kind of like everything that's being voted on or written on since the 1920s shows up in general here from the federal level. But here's the cool thing about the report. So there might be some other ones that you might be interested in, but the child welfare, the best parts about this report is it's designed to help people figure out what the main important issues are of a particular topic. So this is an index. So overview and background are really good because it'll tell you what's going on today. Pro and con will have two people debating on a topic. Should more be done? So I was going to send you the PDF, but it's going to be too big. Chronology is great because you can see the progress that has happened since the past 150 years. And what the report will do is it'll try and say these are the most important things that have happened. So this is a great place to go. And this is something you should be able to access remotely. So let me know how it goes and and let me know if this is something that you were looking for. And we can touch base again. But I would start with the CQ Researcher.